So I just want to hit you guys with a quick update on the key and bracelets and tell you how they're working for me. It's just been a couple days that I've had them so far, but so far they're working really well for me. So essentially what my thoughts have been so far is that it does buzz a lot, very similarly to the slightly robot bracelets that I had. However, my problem with the slightly robot bracelet that really frustrated me was that every time that the bracelet would buzz with that one, the little counter that they have on the app, like this one, your current streak, it would restart the second it buzzes. And this one just buzzed for me, and it did not restart. As you can see, it's still at 3 minutes. And so what I like about that is that even though, like, if I'm fixing my glasses or doing like putting up my hair, it might buzz, it doesn't count it as a break in your streak unless you press the button to acknowledge your behavior. So I've been acknowledging my behaviors even when I'm not just pulling my hair. Like if I'm focusing on my face, I'll acknowledge it. I'll press the button just to acknowledge, like, oh yeah, okay, I was focusing on my face too much, because I have like low-key dermatillomania. That's what started my trichotillomania. Like, yay, get that killer combo. And if I notice that I'm biting my nails and then it buzzes, I'll also acknowledge that behavior. So it's good for me in that it's helping me kind of be much more mindful all around. It's also helping me be more mindful in that, like, sometimes it's certain hand positions, it won't buzz right away, and then that makes me focus on, like, okay, like, it's not buzzing right now, but I know that I am engaging in this behavior, and so I can either pull my hair fast before it notices, or I can put my hands down and tell it, like, sorry, like, you didn't buzz, but my apologies, I still engaged in the behavior. And I think it's neat, because it's like having a little pal. Like, sometimes I'm just doing it subconsciously, and it buzzes, and I'm like, oh, you're right, like, thank you, like, caught me. Or if it's just buzzing, it's buzzing like I'm getting a phone call when I'm just, like, typing on my computer. I'm like, you're trying really hard, but you are incorrect at this moment in time. Anyway, so I did notice that, and it also is helping me in that it's making me be more mindful of, like, I don't want it to buzz on me, not because, like, it hurts or, you know, anything like that, but it's like I just want to show it, like, I can do it, like, I don't know, like, obviously they're not sentient beings, and it can't, like, I don't know, be disappointed in me, but I want to show it, like, or proud. It can't be proud, but I want to show it that if it was sentient, it would be proud of me. So I don't know. I'm trying really hard not to, like, engage in behaviors, but it's also like, God, I never really realized just how uncomfortable, like, the sitting with the urge is, because, like, I don't usually sit with the urge. Like, if I get the urge to pull my hair, I will. Like, I'm like, all right, here we go. But I was just walking around the Container Store today, and I was just so uncomfortable. I was like, it's like, how am I supposed to not engage in this behavior if it's like, you know, if the urge is just, like, so strong. But I'm trying, and these do help a lot with that. But I think that the best aspect of it is that you press the button to acknowledge your behavior, and I think that that is a very ingenious addition to this, because it puts it on you to make sure that the tracker is correct, because it can buzz and buzz and buzz all day. It won't affect your data. And, you know, it's like, if you want accurate information, you have to be able to own up, like, God, fuck, like, I didn't mean to, but alright, here you go. I was pulling, or I was just even playing with my hair, because like, I don't know, I feel like for me, like, I know different people might acknowledge it differently. Like, I wasn't pulling it, I was just playing with it. That doesn't count as an acknowledgement. Like, I'm not gonna acknowledge it. But for me, like, if I even like am in the ballpark of almost like that, I'm obviously like, I'm just touching my hair, because especially since I can see it right now. But if I'm like playing with it with the intention of pulling it, like in the future, like, I'm gonna acknowledge that behavior. If I'm biting my nails, I'm gonna acknowledge that. And I think that for me, it's really helpful, because even just having worn these for 2 or 3 days, I'm already noticing, like, like in my mind, I'm noticing it's a lot less subconscious, or not even that. Like, the hand movement to my hair will be subconscious, but I will realize it like much, much quicker. And I think part of that is because, like, I just don't want it to buzz, and I'm like, no, like, I want to be able to do it myself. Yeah. Okay, and so then I also read the FAQ section after I did the last video explaining how this thing worked, because that's what people do, right? And so it did say that, like, if you're riding in a car, it'll kind of, your bracelet will get a little confused, and that is true. If I'm, like, sitting in the car with my hands in my lap because somebody else is driving, it might just start, buzz. It might buzz a couple times, because the, like, velocity and things is like, what's happening? So it buzzes a little bit, but that's fine. It's not like it's ruining your data, like I said, because unless you press the button to be like, oh, yep, that was me, it's just buzzing, just like, hey, buddy, are you good? Furthermore, I did read also that you don't have to have a smartphone always on you. You don't even have to have Bluetooth on all the time. So if you get this for, like, your kid or something, or even for yourself, but you have somebody else that has a smartphone, that's the thing. It's like, you have to have a smartphone that you can sync it up to, like, at the end of the day or something. But if this is for, like, a child or something, it's fine. Like, they can hook it up to, like, yours. If you're the parent or the guardian, they can hook it up to your phone, and then they can just, like, go to school, whatever, have it on all day long, and then come back at the end of the day, turn on Bluetooth, and then it'll sync up the day's data to your phone. That's what I read. So you don't have to have the app always, and you don't have to have a smartphone, but you have to have access to one. That's what I'm learning. And then one other drawback that I have noticed so far is, and then this is partially my fault, it did tell you when training the bracelets to be, like, in the position you'll be in most frequently when you pull. And for me, I'm realizing, since it is the summer, it is when I'm laying in bed, even if I'm just laying against these pillows against the backboard, it's still, like, a slightly reclined position. And I didn't fully train my right hand in that way, because I guess I didn't, it's kind of subconscious to me. Like, I didn't really think of the laying down part. I don't know. But I'm afraid to recalibrate it, because when I went to, I thought maybe if I just deleted, like, forehead, and then I would be able to redo it. But I've been afraid to do that, because when I went to delete it once, it was like, if you delete this, all the data and this option will be gone forever. But the FAQ said that you could recalibrate, so I'm just a little afraid to try it as of right now. Okay, and then one last thing is that with these, you can only sync it up to acknowledge and buzz at 4 positions. This is 8. Okay, 4 positions. What am I saying? So you have to really pick and choose which areas you want this bracelet to focus on. And this is different from the Slightly Robot one, because that one, I synced it up to, I think, at least 10 positions because I was like, I pull from everywhere. And it was like, I don't know, that one was a little weirder when you're syncing it or calibrating it rather. So that one didn't really have any limits to how many positions it would buzz at, but this one does. So it's 4. So you need to choose your 4 wisely. So sorry this was long. I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch this, but I mean, like, I have these thoughts and I think I might as well like throw them into the void and hope that this information might help somebody, like one person decide if they want to get this, and if that helps one person decide they want to get this and that one person gets these bracelets and it changes their life, that would be great. If not, getting my thoughts out so that I stop thinking them. Okay. Yes. Oh, one last thing. Yes, sorry. Fake out, charging. It only takes 2 hours of charging for it to last another 24 hours, and since it is summer, I stay up to like at least 3 a.m. So if I'm painting, you get some paintings behind me. If I'm painting, that usually takes up my hands. I can just take these off, plug them in. I've been plugging them into my computer because there are 2 USB ports on either side, like one on either side of my computer, and these charge by a cord with a USB port at the end. And so I've just been doing that, and then I'm able to sleep with them on. So that was something I said in my previous video, like, if you pull in your sleep, you're fucked. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, if you find you only need like 2 hours, or even if you get like an hour and a half of charging, it gets to 85%. And it's been lasting me, you know, it's been lasting me very well. So you just find 2 hours in your day, and you can wear them while you sleep. If you plug them in while you sleep, then you don't need to worry about that. I mean, yeah, so peace out, my friends.